What's good, YouTube? That 182 here, back again once again, and today, people, we are finally back for a new top 5, a new Pokemon top 5. Now, top 5 was kind of sort of on hiatus for the past 2 weeks or so because of PAX Prime, and this is the last series to finally return just because I got back last Wednesday and I was too tired to do the top 5. And then the week before we were actually at PAX Prime, so it is what it is. Either way, we are here, we are back, and in the last episode of Top 5 that we had the choice between either Top 5 Champions or Top 5 Elite Four members, and you guys came through with Top 5 Champions. So this week we're going to be counting down, in my opinion, the Top 5 Champions, because you guys know, like I say, this week's Top 5, as well as every Top 5 that I do, is 100% opinionated, meaning that if you don't agree with it, then by all means leave your own Top 5 Champions list in the comment section below. Now, I don't think there needs to be any designs or stats or idiots. I mean, it's opinionated, okay? Just get with the program. You guys know how this works. So let's go ahead and hop into this. This week's top 5 is not going to be done the exact same as everything else because, like, I don't have, like, the gameplay for it. I don't have, like, stats and all that stuff that's normally on the screen and whatnot. So we're just going to go over them and talk about them each in order. So I hope that you guys enjoy. If you do, of course, make sure you smash the hell out that like button down below for us because you already know your support is appreciated. But let's stop with all the lovey-dovey stuff. Let's get into this week's top 5. Starting our countdown off this week, in the number 5 slot, we have Champion Diantha. And I know some of you guys might be shocked or surprised to see her on here, especially because a lot of people weren't exactly satisfied with the difficulty of 6th Gen, especially the Elite Four and the Champion Diantha herself. But the reason I like Diantha so much, and that makes her stand out from everybody else, in my opinion, or the other champions, is the fact that you don't really see her. You don't talk to her all that much throughout the entire game. And that was one thing that I never really ever, I don't want to say liked, because it became a custom, so it was nice to see something different. Like, for example, well, in 1st Gen, technically Lance is the champion, and then Blue becomes champion. So if you go with Blue as champion in 1st Gen, you talk to Blue throughout the entire game. And then 2nd Gen, Lance, Lance helps you with the Team Rocket stuff, and you talk to him throughout the entire game. 3rd Gen, you talk to Steven the whole time. You meet Steven after you get your first gym badge. Before you get the 2nd gym badge, just in the town with the 2nd gym badge. So, like, very early on in the game, you see him, and you talk to him the entire time. Or if you want to get technical, there's Wallace, I get that. But still, you talk to Steven the entire time. 4th Gen, you meet Cynthia again in the city with your 2nd gym badge. You talk to her the entire time. 5th Gen, did you get the chance to, in the first 5th Gen, you actually don't get to fight the champion. You do meet Alder beforehand, but he's not there the entire time. But in the black and white, you don't really talk to the champion all that much. But then in Black 2 White 2, you meet Iris in Castelia City, and you talk to her sporadically throughout the game as well. But in 6th Gen, you meet Diantha twice. And even then, the conversations are short and sweet, and it's not like she's helping you with a bunch of stuff either. You meet her twice, and that's it. So, like, it was actually a pleasant surprise to me when I saw Diantha at the very end. You're like, oh, this is the champion? And you thought about it for a second because you're like, isn't she supposed to be like an actress or something like that? Like, how is she gonna go hard? And then out of nowhere, boom, Mega Gardevoir, the fossils. You had Halucha. She was a nice representation of 6th Gen. I get she's a fairy type trainer, and overall she might not be all that difficult to defeat, but still, it was a pleasant surprise to see her as champion. So for me, she will stand out, and that's why she's earned number 5 this week. Coming into the number 4 slot this week, we have Alder, one of my favorite champions, period, and it was really, really hard for me to put him down at number 4. It honestly really, really was. I love Alder because he is like that aged wisdom. Like, all the champions that you fight for the most part are like these young up-and-coming whippersnappers who are just have monsters on their team and everything, but Alder is like this seasoned veteran trainer who knows what he's doing. He's experienced hardship, he's experienced strife. I mean, Team Plasma whooped his ass in 5th Gen, and he went through that and he came back and he still stood strong. That's why I like Alder. That's why I really, really like Alder. He's got Volcarona as his ace. How powerful is that? Like, I know Lance has Dragonite, and then Steven has Metagross, and then Cynthia has Garchomp. You have all these pseudo-legends as aces. Iris had Hydreigon. Was Hydreigon her ace or was Haxorus her ace? One of the two. She had Hydreigon. And then 6th Gen, Diantha, her team, she didn't have any pseudos. Did she have pseudos? Oh, she had Goodra on her team. So yeah, they all had pseudos, and then you have Alder, who just has Volcarona. And like, that's all he needs. I know Volcarona is still a powerful Pokemon, but just the notion, it's like, it just it was so good. First time I saw Alder, and like he just resembles a Volcarona too, with his hair and everything. Just Alder is a very, very powerful trainer in my opinion. And I don't know, it's like, I don't want to say I look at it with like a term of respect, but I imagine like if I was in the Pokemon world, like that would be the person I look up to. That would be the person that I'd hold massive respect for, because he's a trainer that's put in work, and like he's wise, he's old, he knows what he's doing. He had a powerful, powerful team too. Let's not even get started with the Bouffalant and the Vanillux and the Asselgar. He had a powerful, powerful team. Alder is in the number 4 slot this week. In the number 3 slot, we have the OG champion, Lance himself. You want to talk about holding respect for some people. When I was a kid, Lance was like my favorite character in the game for the longest time. Lance, to me, like I said, he's the OG champion because he was champion before Blue came along. You know, he was the champion in Elite Four, and then he got bumped down, and it became Blue was champion as well. But then he got his rights back when Blue got beaten by Red, and Blue became the gym leader and all that stuff. But still, Lance, just as champion, like when you work with him in Mahogany Town, like he means business the entire time. He comes in, bops people, leaves. This man had 3 Dragonites on his team. 3 Dragonites. You know how hard it is to train pseudo legendary Pokemon? He said, I accept the challenge. Matter of fact, I'll do it 3 times. This man was a Dragon type trainer who didn't even use just Dragon types. He said Charizard should be a Dragon type, put him on my team. Gyarados should be a Dragon type, put him on my team. I don't know why he had an Aerodactyl. I really don't get that. But still, everything else about Lance, he's amazing. He is like that original OG, just standard, I guess you could say, in the game. And it was one of those things where you always had to prepare for Lance. Like after you played through it the first time, you knew what was coming when you fought Lance. So like you built your team around Lance. You made sure you went to Celadon City and got TM13 Ice Beam off the top of the roof. Is it 13? I think it's 13. Ice Beam on the top of the roof, and you teach it to your Blastoise, or you teach your Gyarados Ice Beam or Blizzard or something like that. You know, I'm Gen 1 fanboy right now, okay? I want you to know when I was a kid, Lance was that standard. He was the one that you went through. Like Agatha wasn't that bad. Bruno wasn't that bad. Lorelei could have messed you up in the beginning depending upon who you led with, but then when you got to Lance, you knew it was about to go down. You knew it was about to go down. So Lance, forever, for me, will be one of those OG champions. If I ever do top 5 champions list, he will always have a spot on here. It might not be the same placement or whatnot, but he will always be on my top 5 champions list. He's number 3 this week. In the number 2 spot this week, we have Steven. Steven is, I don't know what it is about Steven. I just like Steven. He's such a likable character in game, and he's such a powerful trainer too. Because it's like he's almost like a second Red. Because you see in Emerald, when Wallace becomes champion and Steven retires, where did Steven go? He went to Meteor Falls, just like how Red went to Mount Silver. You know, Steven is such a powerful trainer, and he's that type of trainer. I feel like he's the type of trainer who's confident in his abilities. You know what I mean? Let's say like you played through Emerald or Ruby and Sapphire or something like that, and like Team Rocket, I know they're not in that game, but still, like, let's just say like you were chilling with Steven or whatnot, right? Like imagine you watch an episode of anime, and Team Rocket runs up on you. Steven would just be calm, cool, and collected because he knows he got this in the bag. Go Aggron, go Metagross, go Cradily, whatever, go Armaldo. You know, he's got it on lock. Whatever threats you have to send your way, Steven's got it. Steven's good, and he knows it, but he doesn't flaunt it either. And he helps you the entire time. It's just Steven and his design. He's so suave and collected. You see the new Steven from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire with the purple highlights on his suit? Steven got it together. Oh, Steven is powerful. That's all I have to say. He's one of my favorite champions. He's number 2 this week. Last but not least, coming into the number 1 slot this week, a lot of you guys should have seen this coming. We have Cynthia. Cynthia is number 1 because, in my opinion, she is the most intimidating champion, and she has overall the most difficult team to take on. Cynthia's team is so incredibly balanced, and she has like the best of the best. Like it's so heavily OU in some turn, well, besides the Spiritomb, but you know, like she's got a Garchomp, a Togekiss, a Lucario. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look her team up right now. While I'm talking about this, just because her team is just so good. It's so wait. I thought I clicked Bubblepedia. I clicked on Wikipedia. Look at her team. Her team in Pokemon League Champion and Diamond and Pearl. She had Lucario, she had a Garchomp, she had a Milotic, or Roserade. Roserade puts in work. Milotic doesn't die. Spiritomb, Gastrodon. Gastrodon is one of the best Pokemon, period. Oh my lord. And then in Platinum, she had a Togekiss. She got rid of the Gastrodon and brought a Togekiss to the battle. And then in your rematcher, she's got the same stuff, just higher level. I'm just saying, Cynthia, to me, she's very similar to Steve in the sense that she's got everything together. You know what I mean? Like Team Galactic didn't prove to cause any problem for her at all. She's got everything calm, cool, and collected. She was willing to go into the distortion world with you to make sure everything was right. Cynthia, especially for her age, it feels like how Alder has all his wisdom. It feels like she has all that wisdom. She's got her head on straight. She's got a powerful team. She knows what she's doing. Honestly, I could say she deserves to be champion. And for our first female champion to be Cynthia, that was a very, very powerful introduction to female champions in the game. And honestly, Iris doesn't stand up to her in my opinion. Iris is cool. She's got a good team. I like Iris. She'd probably be number 6 on this list. Diantha is great as well. I like her too. That's why she's on this list. But Cynthia, to this day, they have not brought anybody that can stand up to her. That's why they brought her back in 5th gen. After you fought Alder, you went and fought Cynthia. You know, that Cynthia is just powerful. That's the one adjective I would use to describe her, is powerful. So, I don't know. She's number 1 this week. I hope that you guys agree. But if you don't, make sure you share with us your own top 5 champions list in the comment section below. And make sure you smash the hell out that like button down below for us if you are enjoying the series. Why was that so awkward? What I said just there. What was that? Anyways, when it comes to next week's top 5 with the choice between either top 5 Elite 4 members or top 5 gym leaders, you guys should see this one coming. So let us know what you guys want to see next week. And of course, share with us your top 5 champions list and smash that like button for us if you enjoy it. But with that, I'm going to get about. Thank you all so much for checking out the video. You know me, YouTube, Nappy 192. I'm out.